Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesdays. This is Meena Puri from Ayurvedic Healing Center. So today's topic is about intermittent fasting. I'm sure you have noticed that wherever you turn around, there is a new intermittent fasting app that is out there. Now they have it for gender, now they have it for age, and they have a whole schedule mapped out for you, even the type of diet you should eat, etc., etc., etc. So, what is the big hype? And I'm going to break it down for you where this comes from. So, intermittent fasting, it is asking you not to eat between meals. Then it takes you into, to tighten the window where you can eat. So you're fasting the rest of the time. Now the intermittent fasting is coming to the point where you may have what is called OMAD, one meal a day, or you tighten the eating window to 4 hours. When I think about eating this way, it already is stress inducing. And my thought is, how do you eat everything in 4 hours? So pretty much in those 4 hours, I'm going to be cooking, eating, cleaning, and begin again. And there is this thing, everything I can eat in 4 hours. And I just got to ask and wonder about the effect on the body, especially the assimilation of the food. Can our body really digest all the food that we dump inside it in a span of 4 hours? I differ. I don't think that our body can do that. Yes, you can dump everything in your body, but can your body really assimilate it? And what about the stress factor? What about the enjoyment of it? If I've eaten, say, in the 4 hours, first hour, the I don't want to eat the next hour again or the next hour unless you're eating small portions and you're never completely getting satisfied. So, this whole thing about eating within 4 hours or 2 hours or eating one meal a day, I think it can work for some people if it works for you. And I think it can also work for people who have, obesity, huge weight gain, and that can be a way to control, but I don't think it's a sustainable approach. I've done um, I've done water fast. I did water fast for, it's kind of an intermittent fast. You're fasting for 6 days. I did it for 6 days, 3 days, 4 days, and I did lose the weight. But it comes back because when you start eating, the weight comes back. So I think it can be, again, it's not a black and a white thing. You really have to think through it. It can help for some people if you're really trying to lose the weight, get a clean start, get a reset. But you have to weigh it with the stress of not eating for so many days. Not everybody can do that. It is stress inducing. You really have to train the mind. I had to train the mind and saying, okay, stomach, I know you're gurgling. I know you're hungry, but there's food in the body. Go eat away. Don't give me a headache. And it kind of worked. I'm able to train my mind. But the 6th day, all I was doing was thinking obsessively about food. So I broke the fast, which was intended to last 10 days. So 3 days fast is not a problem. But the point of this is, instead of thinking of this as a diet, instead of thinking it as yet another gimmick, can you sustain it on an ongoing basis? No, nobody can sustain this. So where did this whole idea of intermittent fasting comes from? When I think back to going back to the snack culture, where breakfast was a snack, grab and go, lunch was a snack, everything was hidden, and probably still is hidden in this bar that has a promise of all the whole nutrition you need, but the reduced calories, and you don't have to prepare it. You don't even have to think about it. You just have to grab it and eat it. snacks every time, right? So we're coming from a culture that developed over snacks, because when we go to the grocery store, unfortunately, there are more snacks than real food. So the real food that you have to cook is on the side, and all the middle aisles are filled with processed snack foods. So when we are snacking all the time, that does not work, right? That, people are gaining weight, your metabolism, and all kinds of issues with it. Except there is an exception with people who have blood sugar issues, or people who are able to control their intake. They can eat a little bit throughout the day. Maybe that works for them, right? So we're coming from this snack culture, and then we come into this intermittent fasting. The big idea: don't eat in between your meals. So go prior to the snacking culture. Go to the time when you were young. Go to the time of your parents. How did you eat? There weren't that many snacks available. I don't know about you, but coming from India, there were hardly any snacks available. Some every now and then, my mom would make fresh snacks like pakoras or potato chips or something like that at home, and we would eat it right away. I hardly saw food in a can or in a package. So what did we do? We ate breakfast, we ate lunch, we ate dinner. On winter shorter days, we ate like a bigger breakfast. For lunch, there was just a small little, food. And then dinner time, we ate dinner. There was no snacking in between. So intermittent fasting is dressed up to what is a dressed up concept or a thing that we used to do. It's really about eating your meal, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and don't eat in between. And now there are people they're skipping the breakfast. So it's really very personal. If you feel that you're not hungry in the morning, then it's okay for you to delay the breakfast till 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, or even have your first meal at noon. But there's some people who wake up starving. They need to eat. And here is the truth of our body. If you think that you are not going to eat till 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and keep prolonging, you know what you're doing? You're backloading. You're going to end up eating more at dinner time. You're going to end up taking a bedtime snack because the body needs to fulfill that need of caloric intake. Body needs what it needs. Um, and that actually is worse, eating late at night, than eating during the day, because you have the time to actually burn the food that you are eating. So we've gotten so convoluted, so confused with this. We're so stuck on this new thing that is happening, and intermittent fasting. Forget the term. Forget this eating window, fasting window. Who is eating when they're sleeping? Yes, it brings awareness to the fact that stop munching at nighttime. Um, but we have to go deeper than that. Reason why we are snacking at nighttime or in between meals is because we did not eat sufficiently at the meal time. Why are, leave it for humans to turn something as simple as eating into a complex thing. Whatever happened to you're hungry? Eat. You're full? Stop eating. We have we have really gotten our psyche so complex and tangled in trying to understand the new fad that is coming, and the new gimmick, and the new app, and the new this. I'm here to tell you, you don't need another app, people. You don't need another app. You don't need another gimmick. Simple thing is eat whole foods. Breakfast time, eat the meal, preferably warm cooked breakfast. Lunchtime, do the same. Dinner time, do the same. We actually can get filled with everything that we can hold in two hands. So there's a whole big reason why we are not satisfied, why we keep on eating, because there's cravings happening, there's nutritional deficiencies, there's imbalances that are going on in the body that we're trying to balance by eating. So there's bigger problems going on here. But can we go back to the basics? And that's what this really this time, the shift is in consciousness is all about. Shift in consciousness, which means we are able to think. We're able to tune into what resonates with us, what does not. We no longer can take this any information from the external and buy into it. It's not going to serve us. So whatever happened to our ability to think? We need to think, right? So instead of understanding the new thing that has come up, just let go of all of that. Go back to the drawing board. Go back to the basics. There's wisdom in there for you. Go back to listening to your body. How does your body feel? We are so fixated on the caloric intake, on the nutritional component, on the scale, that we actually don't even look at the food. We are not even present when we are buying the food, when we cut home and prepare the food. What a sacred act that is. You know what is sacred? Sacred is something that we can bring our presence to. Can we simply spend 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes preparing the meal? And can we actually sit down without distractions and simply enjoy the food and feel satisfied physically, psychologically? That's all there is to it. The reason why it has become so difficult, because we have picked up so much beliefs and programming and the external information into our head, and we're trying to decipher through it. We're not going to be able to let go of all of that. Go back to the real essence of eating food and nourishment. We're going to be diving deep into this for a month on the nutrition, on the nutrition, food, and eating in my mentorship program that is coming up. And this is one of the areas of struggle with people. The struggle is because there's so much unnecessary information that we don't even need. The struggle is to unlearn the learning that we have picked up along the way, unlearn it. And the way to unlearn it is to get a deeper, better understanding of what food is really all about, get a deeper understanding of the nutrition that you are consuming, get a deeper understanding of your tendencies and what is it that your body needs, and practice tuning in to how you feel so you can trust yourself. This shift in consciousness is for you to take the reins of your health in your hands. Lead from yourself, lead from inside out. You are the master, you are the wise healer. And I'm going to give you the tools, the right knowledge to teach you how to think about food, how to eat, and how to heal to eat. Imagine if we don't have to worry about the diet, this diet or that diet. That word really should be deleted altogether from our vocab. Which diet, which new gadget, which new app, which new food group, which new food recipe, looking at the scale, fighting with the scale for every five pounds. Life is not meant to be this hard. Eating is not meant to be this hard. Okay? So Imagine the time and the effort you will save if you let go of all of that. Let go of all of that. Go back to you. Go back to the basics. Divest from this info packed, many times useless information that you don't even need. It's taking you into a path, it's distracting you. Go back to you. That's what we're going to be doing in my the Healer Within mentorship program. We're going to be spending a month on diet and food and whatnot because it's an area of struggle. So my goal is for you to stop the struggle, for you to look to yourself when it comes to eating, shopping, cooking, it comes to food, and not to the external, not to yet another gimmick. Save yourself the time, the headache, the effort. Do something else with your time. You don't need that. So in order to get into the program, which I really highly recommend you do if this interests you, this is shift in consciousness. We're moving from head to the heart. We're moving from the external to the internal. We are the leader. We are the wise healer. We are built that way. I am built that way. You are built that way. So that's a program to give you the reins of your health back in your hands so you can live your precious life with purpose, with joy, with delight, and be the multidimensional human being that you are designed to be. So if this type of work interests you, the link to apply for the program, you have to apply for the program. It has limited seats. Go ahead and click the link. It's an application. It will take you 5 minutes to fill it out. I'll get the application. Once I get it, I will set up 30 minutes with me and you so we can have a chat. I want to make sure the program is a good fit for you. So go ahead and apply. The registrations are already underway. So you do want to get in. Look at the link, apply, and I would love to work with you. I am so passionate, not just passionate, I have reason to be. I see this kind of struggle in my practice day in, day out. And we don't need to struggle. We need to end the struggle. So join the program. It's a great way for you to work with me, where you don't have to work with me one-on-one. That's costly. But this is a 6-month program. It's discounted 55% for this first year only. So if you're interested, go ahead and click the link to apply. And what are your struggles with food? What are your struggles with intermittent fasting? You know, it's not for everybody. You have to see, is it for you? It's not for me because it's intermittent fasting. That's how we lived. We ate, we stopped until we were hungry at the next meal. We ate, we stopped. We cooked the meal, we ate. It's as simple as that. Somehow we have made it so complicated. So here, that's intermittent fasting, something we have done always when we didn't have a gazillion snacks, when we actually sat down to eat because we didn't feel guilty about eating, when we actually had time and we cooked our meal and we ate. Go back to that. Buy your food, real food, cook your meal, learn how to cook. There's, if in this day and age we don't know how to cook, it's not possible because it's all the screens we have available with the information. We can use that information to learn how to cook. Sit down and eat. Satisfy yourself physically, psychologically. You're done. You don't worry about food. You get on with your day till the next meal. It's just that simple. But the complex part is the unlearning, is how our head is filled with so much non-truth, so much fiction, so much stuff, that the hard part is to unlearn the learning. So click the link. The link is below. If you're interested, apply for the program and tell me what your struggles are with food. Put it in the comment section. I always come back. I'll be happy to reply. And onward and upward. Have yourself a wonderful day, and I will see you at the next video. Thank you for tuning in, everyone.